We all are living in 3 dimension, right? Absolutely wrong. We all are living in 4th dimension. And if you still think that we are living in 3 dimensions, in which generation you all are living in? We all are living in 4th generation. No, 4th dimension. In the starting of this video, I actually shared the fact that we all are living in 4th dimension, and more than 70% of the population of this world actually knows that. But how this number of dimension actually tells us that how a 5-dimension object will look like when it passes through a 4-dimension world. So first of all, let's go through every dimension that we are actually familiar with. First one, length. How much I go forward is length. Let's imagine. And then second is breadth. How much I go left and right is breadth. Now the third one is height. How much pixels, points, lengths, units, anything that I go up or down is actually height. These 3 dimensions, everyone knows about that. But what is fourth? So for the 30% population who don't know what is the 4th dimension, it's actually time. So let's make this thing very familiar to us. So I'm just showing you an example, a phone call between 2%. Let's see this.
Hey, hi, how are you? I'm fine. I'm actually organizing a party. Where it is? It's in the Maharaja Hotel. And where is Maharaja Hotel? From your house, just go straight, then turn left, and there will be Maharaja Hotel, and our venue is on the 7th floor. Alright, I'm coming. No, it's in the evening, you idiot.
So now we understood that what is first, second, third and 4th-dimension. So now let's talk about how a world will look like if it has only 1 dimension. So actually it will look like this pencil. So if this pencil do not has its diameter, then how it will look like if it's of only 1 dimension? That's length. So how a 2-dimension world will look like, and more than 99% of you guessed it right, it will look like a paper, a 2-dimension world. Then how a 3-dimension world will look like? Obviously it will be alike our world, but not exactly the same, because our world is of 4 dimension and 4th dimension is time. So can we say that a 3-dimension world will be completely static? Every object that is placed in that 3-dimension world will be in present, past and future at the same time. Actually, it do not has a definite answer yet because researchers are still researching on it. So let's move on. Now getting one step closer to the conclusion that how a 5-dimension object will look like when it passes through a 4-dimension world, first we will be talking about an analogy, that how a 3-dimension object will look like when it passes through a 2-dimension world. So let's imagine there are stickers on this page which will act as people that are living in this 2-dimension world. So what they will be seeing? They will be just seeing a line that they are seeing just they are just watching the 2nd dimension of their world. So if this 3-dimension object will pass through this 2-dimension world, I think you all are getting my point. It will look something like this. That's on your screen. Now concluding the fact that how, I don't know how many times I just said the same statement, but before concluding everything, let's discuss that how we all are living in 4 dimension, because I still think that many of you cannot perceive that we all are living in 4 dimension. So let's share a small fact, and for those who can perceive that we all are living in 4 dimension can skip to this time of this video. So if you will, do you all know that every planet, every star, every comet that is in our observable universe has its own coordinate. Basically, our solar system is a octant, or you can say that our whole universe is actually a octant, and Earth is its origin. And every planet, star, or comet has its own coordinate. But that are not just only coordinates; they are actually equations which defines that where the star was, where the star is, and where the star, planet, or comet will be. So how we can define a location of an object, and from object I mean planet and comets or stars that actually exist in future. So here comes the role of fourth dimension. The coordinates of these planets are not just x, y, and z. There is fourth dimension also, that is time, and it's actually not a absolute value, but it is an equation, and this equation defines the value of x, y, and z. So we can increase the value of time, or we can also decrease it in order to know whether the object will be in future or where the object was in past, because this equation of time actually gives x, y, and z its value. Now, summing up everything, that how a 5-dimension object will look like when it passes through 4-dimension world.